Welcome back to another exciting conversation here on Effective Living. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller, and let me tell you, I like what I do. Now, here's the deal. This is day 2, y'all. To day 2 of September, and we are kicking this month off strong. Yeah, I told somebody the other day, and we decided to put it on the screen. I'm coming for everything they said I could not have. Yeah. And here's what I want to do. I want to help as many people get it as well. I believe there's room for all of us to get what we've been called to acquire in this lifetime. So the whole concept of being selfish, self-centered, and not trying to set the stage for others, that's not me. I'm Ricardo Miller, and I like helping people to win. This morning, I wanted to do a series of talks starting on this Saturday, every Saturday. And I've invited my friend Derek to join me and ask some random questions. The questions that will be asked, I have no clue. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try my best to answer them. And I'm going to keep it real. As the questions are presented, I'm going to do my best to answer the questions. Good morning, Derek. Welcome back to Effective Living.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm just so excited to start this off with you and just be a part of it because let me tell you this. You just said how you are willing to share and help bring other people up. Ever since our paths have crossed, you have definitely opened doors for me that I couldn't open for myself. And just being a participant in this with you is just, I feel like myself giving back to you for the doors that you opened for me.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. You're welcome as well. Listen, let's do this. Let's help some people out. And hopefully the questions that are asked, when answered, it actually helps and assists somebody along the way. And so let's spend about 30 minutes going back and forth with some questions that you've already chosen to ask me. I'm ready.
To be honest, these questions are coming from my head, but they're inspired by my heart. Good. I have an idea what I'm going to ask, but at the same time, I'm impromptu just like you.
Good.
But let's just go ahead and get it started. My first question to you is this. Who is Ricardo Miller? For those people who've never even seen you or interacted with you, who is Ricardo Miller without using titles like pastor or coach or speaker? Let us know who you are.
Wow. I believe Ricardo Miller is an island boy. Ricardo Miller at the core is an island street boy who discovered that he had something to offer the world. Ricardo Miller is an island street boy who discovered that he had something to offer the world. and he made a commitment to maximize his potential. And that's really what I am. I'm all about maximizing my potential. So I'm a simple guy. I love life. I believe that I should be one with my message. That's a big thing for me. I'm not so much about what I know, it's more about what I am living in regards to what I've discovered. And that's been the big fight of my life. Lately, more than ever, I'm like, Lord, help me to become one with the message that I teach or the thoughts and truths that I've discovered. When I discover the truth, the goal is to be the manifestation of it. I want to be one with this whole message, effective living, faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. Authentically one with the message.
Okay. Being one with the message. So you're basically saying that not only are you speaking it, you're actually living it out and living by example.
Yep.
That's
Straight
great.
up.
Okay. When you first started explaining who Ricardo Miller is, you said island boy.
Yeah.
I know that you're originally from the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
So what you did was you started from the Bahamas. So how did your childhood translate into you going into children's ministry?
Man, I didn't think, or I didn't thought along the way that my childhood would have any impact on my role in children's ministry. And then the light bulb came on when I realized I had a rough childhood in regards to faith. And I noticed that a lot of children weren't embracing faith. And I said, what was it that was a turn off for me when I was a kid? And so growing up in the inner city, I found that a lot of programs were self-centered, meaning it's what they wanted, and then they wanted the kids to comply. And I believe if you're going to reach young people, you got to find what they want, and then you got to give them. It's like serving the client.
Right.
I'm not here for you. No, watch this. The program is not here for y'all to be so proud of the program. The program is here to be proud of who you guys are becoming. And so with me in children's ministry, I had this great delight to be able to offer a service at a time that had children proud to be a part of it and was looking forward. There was no, I hope you can, hope you're going to come out on Saturday. I hope you're going to come out. No, 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 no. They're going to come out because they want to be a part of what it was. And that was the difference between my childhood. The programs when I was a kid, it was sort of like being pushed down your throat. It was like being forced upon you. And then there was a massive dislike in those programs because it was not appealing.
Okay. So with your response, my question is this. In today's time, children are not so open-minded to faith.
Mm-hmm.
How can we get more children in these times, like, to embrace that, to really understand the value of it when society has really pushed it away?
The problem with faith and it being somewhat a message that is not being embraced by kids and young people is because the people who are trying to teach it aren't living it. They're not living it. There's this quote I read years ago said that children have never been good in listening to their adults, but they've never failed in imitating them.
Right.
And so the challenge is if we want kids to embrace faith, if we want kids to really own what we're telling them, the question is, are we owning it? Are we living it? There's nothing like when you can attest to the fact, oh, I saw my grandmother prayed. When I saw my grandmother not be frustrated, even though when the light bulb came and the light got turned off, she was at peace. And I said, I want the peace that she had. And even when they evicted her out of her apartment, she just moved on out and elevated herself. She didn't let it disturb her spirit. She prayed to God. She showed me where favor transitioned in her being evicted to getting a nice house later, years on, and God turned it around. She lived the scripture. God turned it around for her good, and she became a testimony. A lot of people they're talking faith, they're not living faith. And the next generation or the generation that's coming up, they're not impressed with the message. They're wanting to be impressed with the life, and there is very life being lived.
Right. Okay. Let's stay on this same track, but let's move from children to adults.
Mm-hmm.
You have worked with individuals like T.D. Jakes,
Yeah.
Joel Osteen, Tony Evans.
Yeah.
My question to you is: those guys are part of that 1%.
Yeah.
What certifies you to be able to actually work with those top individuals? What is it that's inside of you that puts you in the room or to be able to interact with those individuals?
This is not a prideful statement, but it's a real statement. When you're good at what you do, you'll be pursued. If you're providing a service that others need and you're good at what you do, when it's time to acquire the service that you provide, the people who are looking for the best will request the services of the best. And so I believe that I've been able to work alongside or work for a lot of incredible leaders, as some who you've mentioned just now, because I picked up something years ago. There was this statement that my spiritual father, my pastor in the Bahamas, said to me. He said, "Be so good at what you do that you can't be ignored." Be so good at what you do that you can't be ignored. So when it came to whatever it was that I was committed to, I said, you know what? Okay, let's just say for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If I wanted to be a children's ministry trainer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I started studying the trainers. I'm like, who's the top trainers in the city?
Right.
Okay, who's going to be needing trainers in the city? When they look among the trainers, which I want to be considered a trainer in the city, will I be considered one of the preferred trainers because my skill set demands that you bring this brother in? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that worked itself out. Become so good at what you do that you can't be ignored. A lot of people miss that. A lot of people want access to the room. They want to sit at the table, but they haven't developed their skill set to sustain the opportunity when presented. Because oftentimes opportunity will present itself to us. But the question is, are you good enough to be able to keep yourself there after the opportunity shows itself up?
Right. And I've heard a similar quote that talent can get you in the room, but it's hard work and dedication that's going to keep you into that room.
Well, certainly.
Okay. I ask those questions about you because people have to buy into you as a person before they buy into the product or buy into your services. So let's translate into what do you offer as far as with effective living?
You know, one of the things I did with effective living, and it goes probably against a lot of what is taught out there. I still believe it. I'm going to live it, and it's working for me. Effective living, first and foremost, I said I wanted to make sure that the message I discovered is the message I'm living. Not the message I discovered is the message I'm selling. The message I discovered is the message I'm living. So what I did was I looked at my journey so far. I looked at a lot of people's journey and I said, what would I consider to be living life to the fullest? How do you create a life you don't need to take a vacation from? I documented that. Okay. A good friend of mine says, brother, how you live, you need to look at it real clear, document it. I documented it, coined it effective living, right? And when I coined the whole concept of effective living, I also then launched a business, Effective Living LLC. Now, the business provides a service. But watch this. Rather than just pursuing the service of the business, which goes against a lot of what business entrepreneur leaders teach, it wasn't about the money first. It was about providing a service to humanity to see how well others like the service or the message. So my first thing about effective living, Derek, is, am I living what I'm saying? Is this message so real that I'm one with it? Then secondly, who wants it? Is there other people who believe in it? So my second thing was, can I build a community around it? And the last 2 years, I've been building a community around it. That's why we do our 5K run walk. That's why we do our couples dinner. That's why we do our master classes. That's why we do the different seminars and workshops. Even my exclusive Facebook group that I teach in Monday through Friday, it's all about community. It's all about community. And then the third leg of effective living is, can it compensate me for the value I'm bringing to humanity? So compensation comes third. Now, normally in business,
Right.
it's all about the money, right? It's all about
Right.
the money. And here's the deal. I don't want to sell my soul for $1. I don't want to sell my soul for $1 million. I want to know that when I get up in the morning, like I did this morning, I like me. I like what my life is. I like what my life is becoming. Then I want to be able to connect with others and like who I'm surrounded by. And that's why I'm big on community. And then last but not least, I'm like, I'm going to cash in on this because if I'm adding value, then the world pays for value.
Right.
And I have no problem putting a cost on the value because I know this thing works. One, I'm living this. The community can testify to it. Please pay the price.
Okay. Okay. Now, we've talked about your passion when we talked about the children's ministry.
Mhm.
We talk about profit
Yep.
with effective living.
Yep.
So how can effective living bring profit to the individuals around you and not just you?
Well, one, discovering the principles and applying it automatically takes a person up. I just said discovering the principle. I was reading my book yesterday and I was thinking most people who read my book only read it to critique me. Yeah, he said some pretty good stuff. Oh man, that was pretty good. Oh yeah, I think I heard somebody said that before. That's all critiquing.
Right.
That's not what you read a book for. That's not what you read a book for. Obviously, a lot of people have built that up as their way to reading. Oh, I read John Maxwell book. He's real good, man. That Maxwell guy, he is real good. Oh, I read T.D. Jakes' book. Oh man, that man is real good. That's not the purpose for reading the book. My book, I was reading it yesterday, and I started thinking, wow, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. And when I'm not talking this just for me, I'm like, if this wasn't my book, I would think this was some good stuff, right? Now, when I buy a book for $20, I'm buying a person's 10 years, 20 years experience, and they're giving me a door into their experiences, into their understanding. That's where value comes from. So in the book, it's value added if you extract the wisdom. In the group coaching, it's value added when you don't come in as a boy. Miller is sharp when he talk. Oh my goodness, I like Miller glasses. Boy, he rocking the gray. He rocking the salt and pepper. Oh, my brother looked like he work out. That's not why you came into the morning class in the virtual session. You came to the class to extract value so that the $49 you pay per month, you could basically say, you know what? Look at my life. Somebody said, boy, your life really going to the next level. It's them morning classes.
Right.
It's them morning classes or the one-on-one coaching. I tell somebody, give me 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, not just for you to hear from me, but you to apply what you heard through the session. And I will promise you, if you apply, you're going to get results. That's value again. So once again, going from the book to the group coaching to the one-on-one, it's all value added based on the person's commitment to executing. Derek, people buy a book every day.
Right.
I don't ever benefit from the book. People go into webinars, seminars, conferences, and don't ever benefit from it. People allow fitness coaches, financial planners, life coaches, preachers, all kinds of influencers, classroom teachers, helping you to understand and appreciate what you need to know in a situation, and then they walk out of the room and still don't execute.
Right.
And so I think value is added when a person makes a commitment to say, if I buy the book, I'm going to make a commitment to apply the principle in the book. If I'm a part of the group coaching community, I have a couple of clients, they're real big on this. Every class they come to, they say, I'm going to grab one thing every class and apply. One thing every class and apply. And if they've been in my class for a year and a half, Every single one of them could say their life is different and better. But now there are some people who may have bought the book. I signed the book, and it was all about just Miller doing his thing. Then there are others who may come to the class. I like listening to this brother. He encourages me, but they're not applying. Oh, hey man, I'm on this one-on-one coaching, but boy, we have some real good dialogue. But then when they hang up the phone or they get off the Zoom session, they go back to being normal. That's not where value is added from. That's association.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you are just providing them the information or the tools that they need to go to the next level. At the end of the day, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah.
Or they can come to you and get information, but you can't make them execute. Comes from them and their discipline or their persistence and consistency in using what you're giving them, right?
Yep. Hey, somebody said it like this. A good coach is a cheat code. A good coach is a cheat code. In other words, you could learn without a coach, but a good coach accelerates the process.
Right.
What I learned in 25 years, you could master in 3 to 5.
Okay. Facebook and Instagram are oversaturated with individuals who say they are coaches, who say they are consultants. Everybody makes these promises that, hey, come be a part of my community, be a part of what I'm teaching. What separates you from the masses of all those other individuals who are offering some of the same things that you're offering?
In a lot of instances, nothing. We're in the food court, and all of us are selling food to hungry people. Right. It's not what separates me from them as much as what they want from the various services. When you go to the airport and you go to the food court, or you go to the mall and you go to the food court, all of them are selling food. All of them are selling food. Here's the deal. I do have a difference. Let me give you my difference. My first difference, let me go back, and I didn't say it's nothing, but my first difference would be that I am a customized service. I'm a big believer in the customized approach, meaning that I build my service to address you. So when you go to the food court, everybody's selling food, which is all of the coaches, all of the trainers and gurus is offering their services. You, the client, you, the customer, you, the individual, needs to know, I want pizza. So if you want pizza, you're going to walk past Popeyes. If you want pizza, you're going to walk past Subway. If you want pizza, you're going to walk past Chick-fil-A. Why? Because you want pizza. And so a lot of people don't do the work when they go on an Instagram and a Facebook. Everybody's not called to you, and everybody's not called to me. And that's the reason why all of those different food services can provide a service in a same area and not feel threatened. Because when we open our doors, I walk with the swagger that says, when you want a customized service and you hear me open my mouth, what the person has to do is says, that's what I want right there. I hear him. He can help me. You see, there are many services, but you have to do the work to identify which one of those services speaks to you and your particular need at that particular time. And that's really where I'm at. So all of us are the same in part. And you, the customer or the client, needs to know what you want more so, because a lot of people are strong arming. You ever went to the food court and those guys who give you the tasters, they give you little samples, and their line crank it up a notch because of the samples, right?
Right.
All of that is sales and a number of other things. But the reality of it is, all of them are selling food to feed hungry people. All of those people on Instagram are trying to help humanity. I don't really have a vibe with anybody. I believe all of us can coexist. There's 8 billion people on the planet. 8 billion people on the planet. I would probably say not even 1 billion people will commit to having a coach.
Probably not even 1% of that.
Do you see what I'm saying, right?
No.
So all coaches can continue to market, brand, advertise, Because here's the deal. I was talking to a guy who I sat in his class a couple of years back, and he says, "Hey man, I just want 100,000 clients. I just want 100,000 clients." And he said, "Miller, you may just want 50,000 clients, and you service your clients, and your clients are happy, and you're happy, and all of y'all are doing life. I'm not trying to go after something to a degree where I am so driven that I lose myself along the way, where I don't enjoy my family no more. I've lost my health. I'm constantly talking about the bag. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
hustling to the point where I'm not enjoying life. No, I have a goal. I would like to reach 1 million people with the message of effective living. 1 million people in a world with 8 billion. You know,
Right. Okay. When you were saying the pizza analogy, it was a question came to my mind. So, what about the individual who knows that they're hungry but have not decided what they want to eat yet?
I can't work. I don't work with people like that.
Why not?
I'm not gifted like that. I'm not Golden Corral. You go to Golden Corral, you got 50,000 options. You can walk in there and just pick up a bunch of stuff. I'm not. I'm Chick-fil-A. If you don't want chicken, go someplace else.
Okay.
I'm Chick-fil-A. I don't open on Sundays, and I only sell chicken. That's it. Now you got a lot of other options in the world, and that's okay. I'm not against Golden Corral. What you can get steak, you can get shrimp, you can get sushi, you can get pizza, you can get fried chicken, you can get breakfast, you can get lunch, you can get dinner. I mean, Golden Corral, you get it all. You can get ice cream, you can get Slurpees, you get Golden Corral. And some people are Golden Corral. I'm not. If I had to pick a food chain services that I'm building myself towards, I'm a little bit more like Chick-fil-A.
Okay. So, for the individual who is actually trying, who has an idea of where they want to go, and who's making a plan, and they actually been working it,
Mhm.
but they're not seeing any results. What is your advice to that individual, or what can you bring to help that individual make it, see those results that they're trying to see?
I think a person must prepare themselves to embrace a good assessment. A lot of times we don't want to be assessed. We don't want to be evaluated. We don't want to be called out. And that's what I would do. That's what any other good coach would do, would help you to know. Someone who can help you to get where you're trying to go can see where you're making your mistakes. And so I think a good assessment, but then a lot of people are dealing with internal denials and fears and doubts and financial limitations and time management issues and so forth. So I say for somebody who has something they want to offer humanity, but they're struggling with it, I would say start with the beginning first. Identify who you believe can help you. Let's just say it's me, okay? Let's just say, okay, I believe Ricardo can help me. Then I'll say start where you can, meaning buy the book. Get the book and live the book. If you apply what the book says, you man, I bought the book worked. Then you say, you know what? I'm going into his little $49 a month class. You go into the $49 a month class, the Monday through Friday session, and you apply the process. Then you in 6 months, a year later, your life shifted. You said, boy, the book and the classes are working. If you're seeing value and your life is starting to turn, because I teach holistic coaching, when it comes to getting a person to where they're trying to go, I don't want them to just get the stage. I want them to have the sustaining structure that keeps them on the stage in every aspect. And so I'm really big on holistic approach to success. And so you go in and you get that one-on-one, you go for the one-on-one after but you got to start somewhere. And a lot of people, they're not willing to start somewhere. It's like, okay, even if they only could do the live on YouTube and says, okay, I'm gonna subscribe to this dude's channel and I'm gonna grab one thing from him every time I listen to one thing and I'm gonna apply it, one thing. That's what I did. I watched a lot of the gurus and I just said, apply one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing. And you keep doing that over time. Before you know it, your life is going to start aligning itself. And the key is, as you apply, don't drop off what you had already been applying. And before you know it, you'll be awesome and you'll be in a good place.
Okay. So this is pretty much we've had a great conversation. You dropped some jewels, you added value, you offered opportunities for individuals to hold on to and even grow with. So if you had one final word to somebody who's listening to you, what would it be?
Discover who's assigned to help you. Discover who's assigned to help you. Someone is assigned to help all of us. I wrote in my book, I'm the collective contribution of a lot of incredible people who have helped me along the way. Along the way, there are those who come for a reason, a season, an eternity. You have to identify who's assigned to help you. The greatest challenge for an entrepreneur is to know how to bring on the appropriate support system in the right timeline to help them to elevate and take their business opportunities to the next level. There comes a time in your life you just realize, I can't get myself there. I
Right.
can't get myself there. If I could, I would have already. Right? And
Right.
so who's assigned to help me? And once you identify who's assigned to help you, like I said, uh, go ahead and ask them, hey man, can I be an intern? You know, hey, hey, can I assist you when you go to do what you do just for me to have access? Because right now I can't afford you or whatever. If I could come to your workshops and be an assistant in the room. When I started off early on in the Bahamas, I volunteered for an event company because I knew I was going to be hosting seminars, workshops, and conferences. And I volunteered for the event company, and the guy paid me, and he would set up for concerts and all of these different activities. And I was learning so much in the midst of that. Then I joined Toastmasters. I was learning so much in the midst of that. Then I went to watching church conferences and events, learning. Then, the internet came along and I started doing Google searching and so forth, learning because I realized someone is succeeding where I'm failing. Then I had to move to buy the book, get in the class, get one-on-one coaching and so forth. So here's the deal. Whoever's assigned to help you, don't become familiar and don't allow yourself to have the opportunity, but you don't embrace the opportunity thinking you're going to. Watch this. From a biblical standpoint, it is Saul who needs Ananias to touch his eyes to give him a sight to see again.
Right.
But if Saul says, you know what, I ain't going to know Ananias, I don't even know that dude. I don't even like him. As a matter of fact, he questioning me. He's probably afraid of me. I'm skeptical about Ananias. Well, you ain't going to see, Saul. You ain't going to see.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You're going to be walking around with a stick for a long time. And that's where a lot of people are. That's exactly where they are.
Okay. Okay. So, with that being said, this has been great. Where can people reach out to you and connect with you if they want to get the book, if they want to be a part of the effective living community, if they want to start getting the coaching and all those type of things? How can they reach out to you and become a part of it?
Thank you so much again for that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to my website, learn about ricardomiller.com. You can go to all social media sites. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on LinkedIn. You can go to our website, ricardomiller.com. Our coaching, we got group coaching, we got the one-on-one. You can go ahead and get my book. You can go ahead and get products. Listen, guys, for those of you trying to take control of your finances and you say, hey, I want to take myself to the next level, do that. Next year, you can even travel with me to the Bahamas, guys. We're doing it as a community. I'm a big advocate of community. We just launched on yesterday Audible. Effective Living is now on Audible. And so you can go ahead and get Effective Living on Audible. It's the book that will change your life. That's a good way to start. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. What else would you like to say?
Man, Derek, this has been fun. Thanks for asking the honest, candid questions. That's really what it was all about. I wanted to ask questions that basically remind people that I wanted to answer questions. I want to answer questions that people have. And you did a great job with that. Tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself. You're on YouTube and
Yes.
speaker. Tell them a little bit about yourself before we close out.
Right now, I'm just rebranding myself, rebuilding. I'm in a rebuilding stage. I'm trying to be honestly, I'm trying to get to the level you're on. I'm trying to get to putting out a book. I'm trying to get to speaking on different platforms. You know, I do have YouTube, Derek Durden LLC. I am on Facebook and Instagram as Derek Durden. And you know, right now I'm just striving to really, as you say, go to that next level.
Yeah.
How can I use my past, the things that I have experienced, and package it to help others? Because at the end of the day, like you said, you can't be selfish with your experiences. You can't be selfish with what you have acquired. And the only way to truly be successful is making the mark on other people's lives. What can I do with what I have in order to grow and invest in others and see them see the results that they're trying to see also?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, follow this brother right here, man. Listen, I'm glad once when we got connected, I said, you know what? I hear your heart. I see where you're trying to go. However, I can be of assistance. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to assist. Thank you, brother. We're going to do a lot of things together. Let's continue to climb. My statement is next stop, the top. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Hey, if you enjoyed this talk, but you had a couple of questions, put it in the comment section. If you're watching this for the very first time on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Every Saturday morning this month, I'm going to be answering questions from some of my friends, and I'm going to let them ask the questions. Whatever question they want to ask, as Derek did on this morning. Thank you so much for following Effective Living here on YouTube. God bless you guys. Have a great day. Derek, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.